Welcome back, everyone, to another video. Today, like I said, this is going to be video number 2 of the day, as I have promised, and I just decided, you know what, I'm going to edit both videos first here, and then I will upload them both at the same time. So depending on which one uploads first, that's the one that you guys will see. I may upload this a couple minutes later. We'll see how my laptop will be able to handle it. But as I've said, this will be the very last video that I will probably show from my laptop, because all the other replays I have, it's too late to record them. I've just been so busy with work and with family and stuff, and you know, I just wanted to rest after work. It's been super crazy. So yeah, we have spawned on Malinovka, and we are playing the T30. That's going to be this tank that's going to be featured this video. And right away, we see our Jagdtiger made a very smart play on his way up to the hill, so hopefully he learns his lesson. Anyway, we spawned on my second favorite map, which is Malinovka, of course, and my favorite is Proc, if you did not know, Provkarovka. So yeah, we are going to fight on the hill because that's where we can most effectively use our turret armor and our gun depression. And of course, we have that big alpha juicy gun that will just be able to punish any enemy, and it will be quite devastating when that happens. So it's an encounter match. I decided to yesterday, I forgot to mention this, but I did yesterday just to decide to enable encounter mode and assault mode just to try them out, see maybe if I can learn them. You know, I turned them off just for playing the EBR because I kept getting really inconsistent matches, so I just decided to turn them off for the EBR. Anyway, so first shot doesn't go through. You know, it's a teenage turret. I failed to miss his cupola, or I failed to hit his cupola, which is no problem. So now, we are just going to hold down, peek very carefully, try to see if we can get some weak shots in. We do see a shot right there. Unfortunately, it bounces. There was like 3 weak points there that I saw, like 2 on the turret and then 1 on the hull. Of course, the T30 doesn't have the most accurate gun, so it's not going to hit, you know, it's going to hit kind of in an area where, at least where you're aiming, but it won't be perfect, obviously. I don't remember what my accuracy is. That is a nice shot, though. A nice high roll as well. We have 750 alpha. We high roll for 809. That's perfect. I believe we can high roll all the way up to 917. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's around there, or 520. So I am going to take another shot here, and we do end up killing the Tiger 2 for 444 damage. That leaves us with our first kill, and we only have 1200 damage at the moment, but again, kind of like the Scorpion G replays, towards the end of these matches, it's going to get quite kind of just passive for the rest of the games because both teams are hesitant to do anything. And of course, you know, you can't really, you have to win hill on this map. You have to. So I do see a little snipe there, or a little pixel there. I do take it, and we do kill the TNH. The Arty and their Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105 do punish me, so I do have to stay behind cover now. I do have to be careful. However, to my surprise, we actually were spotting the 121B, and we did get some assistance. And once again, that Kanonen just spamming that heat at me, which is very unfortunate. And he does take away quite a bit of HP, if I'm honest. So the 704 is down there as well. I've pinged his location. I actually was platooning with Drats at the time. This was actually last night. This battle was last night, and then this battle that the second game that you're gonna see, it was from earlier this morning. And I decided, you know what, I have 2 videos I need to make. Let's get that done, and I made it happen. Anyway, like I said, there's not really a whole lot we can do. I am worried about our base because they could just push cap and flank us from behind, from our own base. And they actually do start to cap right now, and that's going to be kind of a problem. I can't really do anything. I kind of have to sit on hill because if I try anything, I'm just going to go out in the open and get absolutely obliterated by all of their camping TDs and other mediums. And I actually think that we did hit that shot. I'm not entirely sure. But from what I saw later in the replay, it looked like it did, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to look at the battle logs and see if we actually did or not. So it'll be an extra, 600, 700, 800 damage, somewhere in between there, roughly. So yeah, I'm pinging the location of where their tank destroyer is. There's actually 3 of them down there. We'll find out which ones are there. It turns out that the 704 is there, obviously, and we know the Kanonen's there because they both have shot our turrets. Well, not just the turret, of course, the Kanonen was able to pen. But they also have another guy down there. I can't remember who it was, but I know that there is another tank there. There is 3 of them there. So anyways, it looks like we do have a couple tanks that went back down south. Looks like our Stritzvan S1, or our Stritzvan 81, looks like, has gone down there, and so is our STB one as well. He's also flanking down, which is a good thing. Yeah. In case if you're wondering for the equipment for this, I have kind of similar to something to what the Killzor has. He actually, ironically, he actually just uploaded a video of this tank showing the equipment loadout. And the only thing that I have that he doesn't have is instead of me having a turbo, I have vents, just to make the everything a little bit better. I may swap it for turbo, we'll see. But for now, it works for me. But I do have rammer and improved aiming on this tank as well, which is what also he has as well. It seems to work the best. So we do take out the Indian Panther, and like I said, from that first shot, he was full health, and we haven't seen him take any other shots beforehand until afterwards. So like I said, I'm pretty sure we hit that blind shot. But yeah, so far so good. The STB-1 has pretty much cleared the south, so, we don't know if anyone's in center at the moment. The only guy that can really tell us that is the ISU or the Scorpion. I don't believe that the Stritzvan 81 has enough view range or is in a good position to spot. I'm not entirely sure, to be completely honest with you. I'm trying to get a couple shots there on the K91 PT. No luck. He's not peaking high enough. Again, there's nothing really I can do. I just have to kind of sit here and wait it out, let the enemy get spotted, because the last thing we want to do is waste HP. I do take a risk here. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get spotted, and maybe hopefully I can spot a TD when they shoot me, or whoever's hiding down there. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna help this this Conk. I'm sorry. He's kind of in a pickle right now. He's not really in the greatest of shape right now, and I have some more HP, and I'm willing to try to spot here. I do have a couple of tanks over there, but I still don't want to push yet because I still don't know currently where the 704 is, or even where their T30 is for that fact. But the STB is doing good. He needs to be very careful though, because if the second he gets spotted and he's out in the open, he's automatically dead. There's nothing that he can do once he's spotted out in the open. So he needs to be very careful. So our Chimera does take out the K91. And that leaves us with our bases secure for now. And for the time being, like I said, all I can do is sit here and wait it out. And it does end up paying off later, which you guys will see. We do actually, to my surprise, we actually do end up spotting a lot of the enemies later on, which you'll see kind of how I do that. You'll see now that I've decided to move up, this is where that is going to begin. So there's the Kanonen. He is spotted as I was hoping, and look at that, 800 spotting right off the bat. So just absolutely beautiful. And by the way, if you think that this is an impressive match, you'll have to go back to one of G-Man's streams on his channel, and you can look at one of his streams of when Dratz got 5,000 spotting in an arty. So if you think this is impressive, you should see him doing it in an arty, because it's even more hilarious. We were all laughing our butts off. He was. I won't spoil it. I'll let you guys find it. But anyway, so at the time, in this current position I'm in, this rock I have for protection, which is actually a really good I'm actually in a really good position because no one can do anything to me effectively other than spot me. And for them, that's not really going to do anything because they don't have artillery support. They don't have any TDs that can shoot me. I'm not in a crossfire. So, excuse me. So this is a very safe position. And I'm going to try to keep peeking my turret out because that's where I have the most armor. My hull, of course, is weak. We do spot the 704. I'm asking for assistance. I do actually bounce that shot, but we do end up getting 1,200 spotting right off the bat, again, from spotting him. We're already up to 3,000 spotting. So we have 33% more spotting right now than we do actual damage. That's, you know, just like that, just within the blink of an eye. And as I was trying to mention earlier, I didn't know that the 121B had a shot on me, and I do get the assistance for it, but I did notice that, and I did have to be extra careful there, looking back at the replay. But I'm glad that our Chimera does able to shut him down, and we are able to survive that. So there's the 704 again. I spot him. I'm hoping that he can die. He shoots our turret again. We bounce, of course. We're up to nearly 2,000 block damage. And like I said, the best thing I can do is just sit here, go hold down, just only peek my turret. I do have to be careful though, because if they shoot my cupola, I am screwed. The Yag Tiger actually does blind fire the 704, so that was a very well timed shot by our Yag Tiger. So the Yag Tiger has proven to, he has made up for his early mid-game mistake when he lost over half of his HP. We do get lit again. I actually was gonna drive there, but the Kanonen is still there, and I don't want to peek because especially since I am a one-shot, I don't want to just throw away my HP like that. That's not, you know, that's not ideal for me, and it's not ideal for the team either, because currently I am the team's scout, you know, which I kind of underestimated and not expect that I'd be put in this position. But, you know, I'm glad that it worked out. I'm glad that my team was able to help, and I'm glad that I, you know, found out about this position. I kind of knew about it. I've seen people do it before. But I think it's only effective if like, for example, if we have strong TDs in the south, like especially like in the E line area, because people could just shoot that. So my platoon mate Drats, he does take out him, and that leaves Drats with his second kill. And now it is time to move up. There's only the enemy T30 left and the T28 prototype. I do have to be very careful because regardless, I am a one-shot to both tanks. Their T30 does take out our Scorpion G. And the T28 prototype, I thought maybe he would be kind of like in the E area, like maybe E2 where they can snipe, or D2 in that area maybe. But he actually is somewhere on the AB line, and we're going to find that out here pretty quick here within the next couple seconds. There he is, and luckily for me, he does low roll. And we get lucky. We do finish him off for our 4th kill, leaving us at 2,500 damage, and we're at 3,500 spotting. So overall, a decent result for this game, and we are going to be able to take out this T30 for the last kill here. And that's going to leave us with nearly 2.7k damage and almost 4,000 assist with 5 kills. So a very weird match, but a very interesting one nevertheless. Yeah, I was not expecting a game like that. Yeah, and now we're going to get to the real battle that I had earlier this morning. This, of course, it's tier 7, so you know we're going to rock the world, so it shouldn't be any surprise that I get the amount of damage that I do. It's not a damage record or anything, but it is on the higher end for me that I usually don't get too often, so I was pleased with this match. And this kind of, if you can't go hold down in this tank, this is also a very good example of how you can play this tank when you're not able to go hold down. You can pretty much play the T29 the exact same way, except you have to be a lot more careful. You can't make as easy trades because it doesn't have the alpha like the T30 has, obviously. But other than that, the tanks are pretty much identical as far as armor, as far as mobility, stuff like that. So if you're wanting to get knowledge on the T29, similar to this tank, only difference is the gun, which is the alpha. Gun handling is the same, the aiming speed's pretty much the same. Right off, we spot the KV5, we get a high roll into him for 805, what a lovely shot. Yeah, this is my favorite starting position. I had an old G that actually taught me this position. And you can pretty much play it in any tank, if I'm honest. The TS5 does show his side as well. We're going to also high roll a little bit for 777, a beautiful shot. So right off the bat, without even a minute into the game, we already have 1,500 damage, which is a very good burst within the first minute, I'd say. Excuse me. So yeah, our team is doing okay. Our heavies positioning isn't horrible. It's not great either. And to my surprise, the enemy's actually rushing the 1-2 line. If you look at that there, and then we have, I'd say, maybe a fair defense on the 9-0. Maybe not as much in the 0 line as we should be. We should probably have more of them. Like one of our heavies, I don't know why he's there. We do see the IS-2S, and we do high roll in for 831, so a lovely shot. By the way, I've mastered this tank, in less than 24 hours, I've mastered this tank 4 times already. I'm not showing you all of them, obviously, because, you know, they weren't worth it. I've gotten at least 4.5k damage every time I've aced it, so, except for that last game where I got 4k spotting, that's the only reason I aced it. You know, just very similar, just very basic games like that. And I wanted to show more interesting ones like these 2 replays that you see here. We do snapshot the IS-2S for our first kill, and that leaves us to 2,500 damage, just over that. I was thinking of moving up and killing that Tiger 1, but looking at the 1-2 line, I can actually get crossfires here on the enemies, so it's best for me just to stay here. I do have to be careful of that Tiger 1 because if he gets back, even though he's a tier 7, he is still very dangerous because he has very good DPM and he has very good health for a tier 7, so I do have to be very careful of him. But for now, I'm just going to decide to ignore him. I'm going to move up a little bit. I kind of want, I'm actually wanting that Tiger 1 to come up behind me because then that means I can just turn around and shoot him. And I want to use this here as protection, as the rocket's protection. So I'm going to aim at the derp. Of course we miss. You know, it's a derp gun, it's a T30. It's not going to hit every shot like that. So a little disappointed there, but, you know, we could have had an extra shot of damage. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really change the outcome of this game. So, you know, it could have, but these couple of shots here could have actually changed the outcome of the game. I mean, just look at that. It's just, you know, it's a KB5. It's troll, but still, I mean, you know, we should be able to pen his turret no problem because this tank has very good pen. I believe it's like 260, 270 AP, and then it's 320 APCR, I believe, if I'm going off my memory correctly. And again, here in about 2 seconds, we're going to get trolled. There it is. And yeah, very unfortunate, but like I said, that could have been an extra 1,000 damage that we could have had, but, you know, that was all put in RNG's hands, if I'm being completely honest. I probably could have aimed a little better, if I'm honest. Maybe for a few seconds, although I don't know if it would have changed anything. Unfortunately, that Cadarvid was not tunnel vision. He does see me. He does back up. Yeah, I could have shot there, to be honest, because I could pen the top of his turret, but I wanted to take the time to aim the shot and stuff like that, so... Excuse me. So yeah, we got to be careful, because the second our E75 and our IS-3 die, we're pretty much screwed. And there we go. The Tiger 1 did fall for my trap. I was glad that he flanked as far out as he did. We do end up high rolling him for 853, so what a beautiful shot. That finally puts us over 3,000 damage, pretty much 3.3k, or 3.4k, I'm sorry. That leaves us flankless, so he can't use his DPM and his hit points to farm us. We actually do low roll that shot, which is very unfortunate. Because we could have killed him, and we do end up losing 500 HP, almost 600 HP from that, from those 2 shots because of that low roll. So very unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. So I am going to aim. We do get the Sturv again, and again, another low roll, which is very unfortunate. But that does leave us now with 4.7k damage. So, you know, a very, for the most part, pretty easy to get, if I'm honest. Now, I have to kill this Sturv because he and the TS5 have a crossfire on my Super Pershing, and that is not good. And I'm also currently in a crossfire myself on the KV5. So I'm gonna try to. I was gonna try to ram this TS5, but he was paying attention. I was trying to see if I could get to his side, but he has too good of a traverse, and that KV5 will be able to shoot me. So I decided just to back up a little bit and hit this cupola. We do end up taking him out for our 3rd kill, leaving us at 4.9k damage if you round it. And he already does assist us. I think that WZ loses his connection. I mean, what on earth is he doing? Look at this. check this out, folks, what he's about to do here. He just, yeah, I think he just lost connection. I do track him. Again, it was a low roll, but we do get the tracking for it, which is really nice. That leaves us to 5.5k damage and 500 spotting. And again, I do make a mistake at the end, and you guys will see it. And it, you know, it cost me a medal, and it cost me some extra damage, but, you know, at the end of the day, I am happy. So I actually do take a shot there. I mean, just look at that. Oh, beautiful. Wasn't fully aimed, but I wanted to take it. That was just perfectly timed. I love that. I was very fortunate. That does leave us now to our pretty much 4th kill and pretty much 6,000 damage. And now here is the IKV, where we are going to high roll for 800, and that leaves us to pretty much 6.7k damage like that. And unfortunately, you guys will see the mistake I make, and that is stopping. Guys, that is stopping. I was hoping maybe to get a shot and be able to hit the arty from here, from this train track that I'm sitting on right now. And I should have just kept going. Again, I stopped for, you know, I honestly would have gotten the kill, because look at this timing, guys. If I hadn't wasted, you know, 5 seconds of driving, you know, that's actually a pretty long time, if I'm being completely honest. Look at that, guys. Oh, just 2 seconds away. Look at that, guys. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, thank you, by the way, for 200 subscribers. It means a whole lot. And yeah,